Hello everybody, my name is Pixelmon. Today I'm playing some more Pixelmon Sea Kingdom. So, there's a few things we need to talk about before we actually get into the Pixelmon things. My house. I made myself a house. When I started doing this, I was thinking, I'm gonna build myself a luxurious castle and everything. It's gonna be amazing, it's gonna be wonderful. Then I realized one of the main things would be quartz, and it actually took me a really long time just to get this amount of quartz just for like the roof and the other bits and bobs. So like the castle idea, that's out, that's gone. We're not doing that anymore. That's no. I might love the idea of a castle if I was in creative, but I am not, and I like my own sanity, and I don't want to be in the nether just mining for 13 years until I'm decrepit and old, because that's what's going to happen to me if I stay in the nether mining quartz all day. It took me just really so long to do this. That's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped doing the Arceus temple, because this entire bit up here and like the roof and stuff, along with the pillars, are going to be quartz, and that requires so much quartz. So I kind of did start doing a bit in here. I kind of replaced a lot of the pillars and stuff. Sir, please, this is a sanctuary. If you can keep your voice down, thank you. I started like replacing blocks and stuff and started doing it. So a bit of it is replaced. A lot of it is still not, like the roof and stuff. But this is my home. This is my home. Look at it. It's something. I'm not sure if I love it or if I hate it. I'm not sure yet. There's a lot of things going on with it. One of the things that I wanted to do when I started building like the little houses and stuff for the city I'm making is I wanted to like incorporate the coral with the builds. So I wanted to have like coral and like all the stuff be on the builds and stuff to really show that the city's kind of been there for a very long time, to the point where coral is actually growing off of it and is growing onto it and stuff. So that's the reason why I kind of have coral here, there, and a bit growing off there. Add something here, because I don't know, when I had this before it just kind of looked empty, so I kind of wanted to add something there, and that's what I did. Also kind of like a little coral garden, which is kind of everywhere, but this is the personal garden I have where I farm all my coral. So this is the house, this is the home. I got my chest situated finally. It was a disaster bringing everything over. It's just, I had so much junk in my trunks that it's just So I have my temple blocks in here because it's one of my main building blocks, so I decided to make its own chest along with some unknown blocks. Just completely stone. This is not all my quartz. I have like in a different thing. I think I have it in my red shulker box. You have a bit more quartz. I used to have like, I think 7.5 stacks of quartz. Yeah, that's all gone. That's a lot of that's gone. Just doing the roof and finishing this took a lot of quartz. It took a lot of my quartz. You know what? Let me put this back on. It makes me so much more faster. That's all one of the reasons why I have the Thunderstone armor on and put like Depth Strider 3s, because mining underwater is surprisingly very, very, very slow. So I had to put this armor on, because like literally just breaking this underwater, it might seem fast, but it's really slow if you don't have the Thunderstone armor on. So it's like I had my nature chest was filled with basic coral, wood chest that's barely has any wood in it, because if you haven't noticed, we don't have much wood under the sea, you see. My glass chest, which also kind of brings me to today's episode. I'm going to be using the glass for a build today, so that's nice. My chest full of goodies and things. That most of it is actually inside of my my shulker box, because I need it for trading, so I can get, what am I, I'm blind. Because I need to, like, if I find a move tutor or move transfer tutor, I can use it for those things I have inside there, like the diamonds, the iron, the gold, crystals and stuff. Here's my held items. I have like a few of them inside here. I have a lot of XP share also, just in case I lose my first one, probably, I guess. I got a wishing piece, I believe it's from a raid. You also got a chipped teapot. I got that from foraging. What is it called? this thing. Basically, when you have a Pokemon out and you click the ground, you can basically forage and get something from it. So if I think I press G, yeah, I got some Prismarine crystals because it's foraged with Empoleon under the water. Get back here. I've been trying to get mints. Yeah, mints. I've been trying to get mints. They're the thing that's going to help me kind of get my natures together, my Pokemon. Before, I didn't really know there was a way to like fix Pokemon natures, which there isn't, but technically is, because me and X-Power were talking and he was like, oh, there's something called mints. I'm like, what's that? Basically, different mints have the ability to kind of like change Pokemon's nature. It doesn't actually change their nature as in, like on this page, but it makes it so that their nature is kind of like, how do I say this? Basically, his nature will stay the same for breeding, but if I give him the mint, it will basically make it so his nature kind of changes. So what I want from Empoleon is an attack racing nature. Of course, I also talked kind of like a little bit with X-Bars, like, I didn't have any good steel moves, and Empoleon's actually just better at special attack, so I was generally thinking of just changing his nature and making him into a special attacker, but then I kind of realized it just really wouldn't work because his IVs, his IVs in special attack is literally 0. It is 0, so even if I tried, it would still be pretty bad. Plus, I didn't know that he had a hidden ability, which I gave to him, called Defiant. Basically, it boosts the person's attack if their stats are lowered. So he was already basically an attacker from the beginning, so I decided to just go in full attack, and giving him a mint that would help him raise his attack stat would be just wonderful, because I already have my grinder over there somewhere. Over there, that basically does give you a bit of attack IVs and defense IVs. So, no, EVs, not IVs. Gives them a bit of EVs. So I was like, I might as well just go full into it because it's already there. So let's just go for it. This is my relic chest and my other things I have inside here. All my other relics and things, my goodies and other stuff, gems and power braces and stuff. My evolution chest with my stones and stuff, also just other relics I have inside there because they couldn't all fit in one chest. This is my enchanting chest I just have in here. Here's my like drops chest from mobs and stuff. Medicine chest filled with all my drugs and things I'll be selling on the down low, I guess. There you go. My food chest right here. We have all my food because I'm a hungry hippo. And I'm not sure what this chest is. I think it's just the crystal, Z crystal chest, along with TMs and Dynamax candies and flutes. I really don't know what these flutes do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't. I have a breeder here that I'm contemplating on doing breeding. This is also just a random chest I have of random bibs and bobs, all their stuff. Yeah. I also got a Arceus orb from a legendary boss Pokemon that was here before. Also got a Master Ball from it. Dynamax candy that I don't need inside here. I also got like 3 Beast Balls. I wasn't sure if I showed that on camera last episode. I got it from the Ultra Dimension. That's cool. I think Grace's orb is for Garatina, I think. Like it's Garatina, possibly. Yeah, also got a Super Rod. It's a so-so Super Rod. Some bottle caps, other things. Let me put this away because I don't really need it. Where is it? So I guess like let me talk about the team, how things are going, because I kind of talked about the team like last episode, but it's kind of changed from like how I kind of envisioned. So when I basically made the team in Pokemon Showdown and everything, I had to test it and like have X-Power fight me because I want to test how good it would be, and it held up in some places. Some Pokemon definitely need to get replaced. Some Pokemon were okay. Some Pokemon were there and stuff. But overall, it was okay. But okay is not going to win us a tournament. Because the tournament has actually been pushed back by like an entire week. So it gives me so much more time to train and everything that I'm actually really happy for that. So my Pokemon have kind of changed but not changed. As for my electric Pokemon that I want, I was thinking of Bellivolt. So I really do like Bellivolt. He's a nice tanky Pokemon that can take a hit and definitely deal a hit. so I would really like to have him. But I'm kind of contemplating who I would give up, because I have Lygon, love him, Empoleon, love him as well. At first I was contemplating if I want to keep Empoleon, but then I realized that Empoleon, when me and X-Power were actually fighting, it's the Decidueye, there you go. Me and him were fighting because I'm kind of scared of the Decidueye, I'm not gonna lie to you. But Empoleon single-handedly one-shot the Decidueye, so I was like, okay. Of course, he had a flying move on him, so I was like, okay, if we're gonna change you to a special attacker before, so my mindset was, do you have any, say, special flying moves? The answer to that is not really. No, mostly no. So I was like, you know what? He's already physical attacker, and let's just go with it. Plus, Empoleon is basically a good counter against the Decidueye because he is steel. So basically, usually grass would wreck water, but because he's steel, it's neutral now. So even if the Decidueye tried to kill Empoleon, it probably wouldn't go his way. His special defense and defense are pretty good, so I'm more than sure he can take a hit, especially since he is steel. He's resistant to a lot of things. Ghost he is not resistant to, so I think the Decidueye does have a ghost move, I think. So it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna kill him. So he's direct counter to Decidueye. Decidueye is probably like X-Par's bread and butter, his apple of his eye, his love. So Empoleon is kind of like my fighting a chance against him. So that's the reason why I kind of want to keep him still. He's also a tanky boy too, so yeah, I just need to get rid of this dig and dive because I need waterfall if I could, and I believe I can give him earthquake too. Yeah, I can give him earthquake. I would love to give him earthquake. That's just 100% better. Flygon, there we go. Blaziken. Blaziken, I love Blaziken. I really do, because I also got an ability patch, the same ability patch that I used for Empoleon, I used for Blaziken to get him his hidden ability, Speed Boost. Basically how Speed Boost works is that every turn that's ended, he gets a Speed Boost. It's as good as that, just he gets faster and faster. Blaziken is more of an attacker, not defensive really, so he will get trampled in some cases, but he's more likely, he's just here to kind of like deal swift, heavy damage and stuff like that. Because also when I was fighting X-Par, he had a few Psychic and Ghost types on his team, and Blaziken was also kind of a direct counter against that. You're thinking, oh, why would that? Because I actually gave him Shadow Claw for reasons that are unknown to me. Well, it's more for type diversity, so that if like, oh, there's a Ghost type here, also Blaziken is just generally faster. The whole way he works is I put Detect on the first move or whatsoever, and he already gets a speed boost. He's probably going to outspeed the Pokemon unless it's Gengar, because X-Part does have a Gengar with Destiny Bond. That's actually been the bane of my existence. I hate it, but I've been able to win, thankfully. It is his second team, but it's not his main team, so we're moving up the ranks basically. So as long as I use Detect, I'm able to block any move and basically get the speed boost. So yeah, that's how kind of Blaziken's going. I'm thinking of getting rid of the Smelling Salts. If I had Bellivolt on my team, then I would think about having it. Basically, it doubles the kind of the damage if the Pokemon is paralyzed, but he doesn't have a single paralyzing move. So it's like, it's possible. It could be really good if I had Bellivolt that had like Thunder Wave and stuff, then bring him out. It's just, I don't have it right now, so I'm just contemplating on keeping it or not. It does good power, so it's not bad. I have Malamar. Little Inkay has grown up into a beautiful young lady Malamar. Malamar is, well, what can I say about Malamar? Malamar is amazing, of course. He has what I need in Contrary. Basically, superpowered, instead of lowering his stats, increases them. He's a strong attacker. I mean her. She's a strong attacker. And she has decently good defense. She's more defensive than special defense, of course. Of course, she's more of an attacker as well. My entire plan with Malamar is actually really weird, because what I want with Malamar is, I actually kind of played it out in my Pokemon Showdown, is Malamar is going to basically be not only a strong attacker, but like a really good support character. Now you're thinking, how will he be a support? What are you talking about? Well, I kind of played around with the moves he could learn. I didn't know they could learn Baton Pass, and I was like, what is the Baton Pass do? And then I looked at it, it basically just makes it so you can switch to another Pokemon in while also carrying the stats over. I'm like, wait, what? So if Malamar basically uses superpower, like, I don't say, let's say, a few times, and he's basically on death's door, he's about to die, he might be faster than other Pokemon, I can basically Baton Pass his stats over to another Pokemon. So anyone here will basically get the attack boost along with the defense boost as well. So yeah, so if he's able to survive that hit and live, he'll basically be able to pass over his stats to one of the other Pokemon that are mostly... I have a lot of physical attackers. Now that I'm like looking at it, my team are mostly physical attackers, so that's a bit of a problem, but I'm sure we can figure it out one day. But basically Malamar is just, he's overall a good Pokemon, just amazing. Kleavor. Kleavor, it's my Scyther that used to be here. I didn't know what Kleavor even was until Xpar kind of showed me it, and it kind of killed my entire team when we were like on a different server. So yeah, I think its special like attack is Stone Axe. So this is the move that really hurts. Also, he has Stealth Rock, so you can set up. I had big plans for Kleavor. I kind of messed him up myself, so we might get a different Kleavor. But for now, this is my Kleavor. I love him. He does have a attack raising nature, so why not? He got Steadfast, which I didn't want to give him Steadfast. I wanted to give him Sheer Force, which I accidentally used the ability patch on him, thinking that he would get Sheer Force, but that wasn't his hidden ability. His hidden ability was actually Steadfast, which basically just gives him a speed boost if Pokemon makes him flinch. So it's sad, but I can see it being good in other situations if Pokemon is like using Fake Out and stuff. Like, it would definitely help, because he isn't the fastest Pokemon. Let's get that together. He's not fast. But he's good. He's not fast though. But I really wanted Sheer Force, because if he has Sheer Force, it basically makes it so any of his moves that basically has a secondary characteristic. So basically a move that makes it so, let's say if X-Scissor made it so that you would paralyze, he would get 1.3 times the damage for this move. And if he had I think Life Orb with him, with the Sheer Force ability, with a secondary characteristic move, that you don't get hurt by the Life Orb, and also you still keep the damage boost, which plus the two boosts already are just plus the attacking boost of the Life Orb is already crazy. If I'm thinking about it correctly, it's already insane how that's gonna work. It would have been amazing, but that's not what happened to him, because I was being too stoopy and I got him the wrong thing. I didn't have a Life Orb anyway, so it kind of didn't matter, and I wasn't really sure anyway what kind of secondary move I would give him. Steadfast is still pretty good, so yeah. And let's get to the little Espeon over here. So basically this is actually Xpar's Espeon. So little story, he actually had a Eevee that had a Spirit Palette form basically, and this Eevee, he was planning on having this Eevee turn into a Sylveon. Now even I have bad memories with Sylveon. I bet you're thinking, what bad memories? Basically, to evolve Eevee into Sylveon, it's a bit of like, it's a 3-step process. First, you need a fairy move. Second, you need like around 200 happiness. And 3, you need a, I believe, Sunflower Plain or a Flower Forest, I believe. Don't quote me. I believe there's 2 biomes that work with it. So Xpar was basically getting the happiness up to 200 and everything. He had the right biome, and then as he was evolving the Eevee, he was talking like, oh my god, it's evolving and everything. I was like, oh, I'm happy for you. And then he suddenly went quiet. I was like, Xpar, is everything okay? He was quiet for like another good minute. I was like, Xpar? Ooh, boss. Come here, boss. Come here. He was basically quiet for a good like few minutes, and I was like, are you okay? He's like, the Eevee evolved into Espeon. I was like, oh. Then I asked him, he's basically saying how he did everything right and he wasn't sure what was wrong. I was like, did you have a fairy move? And he went quiet. I was like, Xpar, did you have the fairy move? I'm flinching, stop flinching. And he didn't have the fairy move. So I was like, oh, that's probably the problem. So that's how that went. Okay, I'm not flinching anymore. Kleavor. Steadfast. Yeah, so that's how that kind of went. But luckily, I needed a Espeon because I am tired of people setting up. Ooh, thank you. I'll take that too. I'm tired of people like setting up on me because the one battle with Super basically made it pretty evident that people will set up and they will try to basically get every advantage they can in a battle, because why wouldn't they? So I wanted an Espeon for the ability Magic Bounce. If you don't know what Magic Bounce basically does, it makes it so that any status effect move or any trap, any like minefields that might be put on the battle arena, basically stealth rocks, spikes, toxic spikes, anything if that Espeon is there, they basically bounce back at that person. So Espeon is basically going to be a anti-minefield deterrent, basically. So anyone trying to do that or anything like that will stop that instantly. Or if any Pokemon that likes poisoning people, like toxic and everything, it'll basically bounce back at them. So let's say I had my Chansey, I think before I said, that had a toxic. If Espeon's there, not only will it not toxic Espeon, it'll bounce back at the Chansey. Of course, Chansey can be boiled, soft boiled, it'll heal, but either way, Espeon is just a good deterrent towards everything. So I also had to get like ability patch to get Espeon his special ability, because it didn't have Magic Bounce in the beginning. Because if that's the case, then why would Xbar give it to me? That'd be weird if he just gave me Espeon with Magic Bounce. I had to get it myself. Which, thanks to Super, actually, he has been giving me and Super a lot of items, a lot of ability patches. For some reason, he has like tons of ability patches. I don't know why. Me and Xbar were like trying so hard to get them in the Ultra Dimension, and he just had tons of them. Like, thank you for just giving this to us, because that's a lot of work I didn't have to do. I still want more ability patches so I can do other things with other Pokemon. You know, because this isn't my final team. I want to have a pretty like diverse team, so I want to have like the ability to be able to change out Pokemon at a snap of the finger if I need to. If I see my opponent has all these Pokemon and everything, because even Xbar is talking about it, that if he is like fighting the tournaments, everyone will be able to see what Pokemon you have. So if they have enough Pokemon already trained up and stuff, they will have the ability to counter you. So just having more Pokemon on the sidelines to be able to replace the ones that you know people might be able to counter will be very good, and they'll be like, oh, I thought you had this. No, I actually have that. So yeah, that's kind of my entire team and everything. Also, I did get a, I did go to the surface actually, because I don't have a place to put my PC. Okay, so I do have a few Pokemon. I actually got a Crystal Onyx from somebody, I forget their name, I don't know, but I basically traded a Squirtle for a Crystal Onyx because why not? It's not like I was going to really use the Squirtle because I already have Empoleon, so practically good. I got a Dratini, so that was really cool. I'll show you the clip for that. I also got, where is it? Oh, yes. Over here, I have like an entire legendary Pokemon chest over here. I also got an Entei and a Latios, so I'll show you the clip for that too in a moment. So this is kind of my chest of Pokemon that I kind of want to train up and make into part of my team. So yeah, also one of the reasons I was like, I don't really need Squirtles, because I also got Cloyster that I'm kind of going to be working with as well. Cause Charizard, I don't know if I'm really going to be using Charizard over Combustion, if I'm being quite honest. I mean Blaziken. But basically, I got a Dratini. Yay! I want to get a Dragon Air and then a beautiful Dragonite one day. That's gonna be wonderful when that happens. This is my chest of random Pokemon I just have. I'm pretty sure I told you I got a shiny Welmer, I believe. I got a shiny Welmer from out in the ocean because I saw it glittering and I was like, ooh, I'll catch that. My Pikachu over here that I loved is kind of, I'll bring it back because I saw its nature that it was kind of bad. If you've ever seen its special attack raising, yay! But speed lowering, boo. It's probably like one of his best stats is actual speed. Speed is, I think, is better than his special attack. I eventually want to evolve him into an Alolan Raichu. I forget what it's called, but it's a psychic electric type. I want to have that one. If we get the mints for it, we'll be able to change his nature and make him into something better. Because I want more electric types on my team. Because as you see, I don't have really any electric types. But I think I've been talking for far too long about everything that's been happening. Oh, water skits. Surskits. Oh, Shelios. I want to get, I want to one day get my boy back. Gosh it on my baby. I want to have it back one day. The memories, the memories. But I can't have too many ground types on my team, so it's gonna be a problem. So that kind of gets me to the main point of this episode. I kind of want to do two main things for the episode. Let me see, where is it? Is it this one? No, this one. I want to get a, not get a, I want to finish getting all the plates for Arceus. If you don't know, X-Bar's got an Arceus, and yeah, I think I'll show you that clip too in a moment. So here's the Arceus. I also want to get an Arceus 2 as well, because I think another person also has an Arceus 2. Apparently everyone's getting Arceus. Everyone's getting that Pokemon, and it's making me feel left out. It's like I gotta look a lot at the plates, and I got a Master Ball too. I wasn't planning on catching it anytime soon until I got a Master Ball, but technically I just got a Master Ball from the Ultimate Pokemon boss that I got, so I was like, well, that's a good thing for next episode, I guess. So this episode I want to get every single plate. I have most of them, so it shouldn't take too long, especially if I trade with other people to get the plates I need. And the second thing I want to do in this episode is a bit of building. So as you can see, I have a bit of an area kind of cleared out over here. So got myself another conduit because I need to kind of breathe underwater without my water stone armor. I plan on making an arena because we don't actually have an official place where we can fight in the server right now. We just kind of fight whatever, whenever, however we kind of want. And if we're gonna have a tournament, I want to actually have an actual arena so we can actually kind of go there and have actual fights and stuff. Of course, I do feel like this is a bit small, but then again, quartz is a problem that I just don't want to deal with, and it's just like, eh. Luckily, that's the reason why I have so much glass, because this, even though it's underwater, it's actually going to be air as it's going to be inside here, because it's going to be really weird for all the Pokemon to try to fight underwater. It's a bit of a weird thing if you try fighting a Pokemon underwater. They kind of just float up. As if they just kind of slowly float. Well, you're not floating. I mean, if a Pokemon's not made for underwater, they kind of just float. Slowly but surely, just go up. So I'm going to get the sponges I have and start clearing out the place after I finish building it and stuff. But so this is going to be the arena I'm going to make. And yeah, I feel that's the two main objectives I want to do for this episode. I feel like I've been talking for a very long time, and I'm very tired of listening to me talking, so I'll show you the clips of me catching the legendary Pokemon and the Dratini. And then when I come back, if something interesting has happened, I'll show you that, but I'll be working on the stadium for the Pokemon battles that we're going to have in the future. Okay, quick ball. I don't know if I'll be able to catch this thing. I don't have any master balls. Shouldn't kill it. Ooh, did a lot though. Ooh. It's not even going to the ball at this point. Here you're playing Pokeball. Oh. Cherish ball. I'm just going through the numbers right now to see which ball he wants. What do you want from me? What? I used so many Pokeballs, and he took a Quick Ball, which is equivalent to a regular Pokeball? You piece of trash. At this point, I've basically been on my phone just reading while I'm trying to catch this thing. Yay! I feel so happy now that I caught that. This is a shiny... I don't know how to say this name, Pokemon. But I did find a shiny while I was building part of the Colosseum. I don't think it's dark, so I think maybe just a nest ball. I don't think a nest ball actually works for the sea. I need like, I think there's balls for water Pokemon. I need to get those ones. Oh, I caught it anyway. Okay, well, that's good. Guess I'll get back to building then. And we are back. I finally finished. It has taken way too long to finish this. Like, oh my god, it's taking me actually way too long. This video shouldn't have like been this long, but it is. So I'm gonna try to finish this as much as possible. So this is the Coral Colosseum. I kind of wish I could do more with the outside, but I'm kind of done with this. I'm mentally and physically done with this thing. It's taking way too long. So as you can see, as the name, it's the Coral Colosseum. There's coral all over it. There's also lapis like block pillars here because I don't know why. I just thought that'd be nice. This thing is also made pretty much a lot out of gold because I had a lot of gold, so I was like, why not make it out of gold? So this is kind of the outside a bit, a little bit here and there. Pretty basic on the outside. There's some parts that still require more quartz, but I decided just to do that later and move on because it's not very much. So I decided just to keep going and trucking along, and you know, hopefully no one noticed that. I did kind of extend the road out over here because I want the Colosseum to be like one of the main spots in the possible kingdom. Because I'm not sure how long this Pixelmon series is going to last, so I'll kind of just make a future developments hoping that maybe this might last a decent long time. If not, then this is probably being a more of a shorter Pixelmon series, but I have fun making it, so it's okay. So this is kind of like the inside. Ooh, look at it. So much quartz went into this. I have like seats and stuff up here. This is like the battle arena where the Pokemon traders will come and start battling it out. Also over here, you can go up to the stands. Look at this. You can have yourself a nice sit down and watch the battles, which I don't think most people are going to do that because, well, they actually have to go up close and personal and press Y to actually spectate the battles to see what's going on. So this is more for looks than actual design. Also, something that I kind of realized, what's weird, I don't have any other ways to actually get to the other seats. Yeah, there's like no other ways for you to get to other seats besides these two. Which I guess you can kind of go through this way, because this is my throne, of course, where, of course, the sea king himself, emperor of the sea, will sit, and that's me, of course, because I'm the one spectating, overruling the entire place, also because I made the Colosseum, so I have the rightful throne, of course. There's also the ways to get over here, so that's about it. You could parkour over here if you want to. So yeah, I've definitely took a bit too long to do this, but whew, I did it, and I'm happy with it. I'm proud and loud and loud. But now that I've kind of finished this, I did also kind of in the background do my secondary quest that I had. Where is it? The white one? I'm pretty sure I have all of the plates I need for Arceus. I got the, what was it, splash plate from Blincy. He wanted to trade something. I forget where it was because it's like been days ago, almost I think a week ago. I traded something with him for the splash plate. I think it was another plate that he had a duplicate of and he needed. And I'm pretty sure I got like another plate from Xpar. I think he gave me the splash plate. I got the dread plate from Blincy. And there was like a clip where he was giving me the plate and we were talking, but because I didn't have my OBS set up properly, you couldn't hear Discord sound. So for like 13 to 10 minutes, it was basically me talking to Xpar as I was making this, and you just couldn't hear him, and I was talking to myself like I was crazy. So I was like, well, I really can't add that into the video because, well, there's no reason to add it because it's just me talking to myself at that point. So I decided just to not add it and just leave it there. I haven't really done anything with my Pixelmon little companions. They kind of just been here. I've been, guess, killing any bosses that kind of came my way, but other than that, nothing has really happened besides me making the Colosseum. But I think that now that we finished all of this, we should end this episode off. But next episode, we definitely will be getting Arceus, and we'll be having a good time and doing that. Yay! So I hope you had a wonderful time, because I had a time, thing, and place doing this episode. Have a wonderful time, everybody, and goodbye, everybody.